These are type of women you should not date, bro. I'm gonna do it off the dome, and I'm gonna skip the ones that's like body count and all the normal ones that we all know are just big red flags. Although I will say about the body count, bro, I do think it gets a little deeper than just how many people they've been with, even though that's obviously gross and unethical and kind of wild. I think there's a deeper meaning to it. I think it's like the amount of time they spent. It's the amount of time they spent with these strangers or these random hookups and stuff. And I just find that super unattractive, bro. Where it's like, dude, no wonder you don't have hobbies. You've just been with these guys. And most times, right? Like, yeah, there might be like one hookup, a one night stand. But a lot of times, you kind of hook up multiple times with people. Majority of the time, there's some outliers. And I just find it mad attractive that a lot of girls who seem to have a high number don't really have hobbies. They're kind of like doom scroll Instagram girls, but they aren't like Instagram models. So, they just like kind of watch what celebrities do and all that jazz. Just nonsense, nothing like respectable, nothing like, wow, you never, you know, participate in a craft or whatever. You don't have like aspirations. It's like you swallowed the hard pill of knowing that you're not attractive enough to make a living off of your looks. And, maybe that's the coping mechanism of realizing that is, sleeping with a bunch of guys. But I actually find it the time they spent with these guys and the waste of life in that actually very unattractive. Because I think we've all made mistakes of dating, or rather sleeping with people that maybe we shouldn't have. Maybe the vibe was there, but it wasn't, wasn't in our best intention, or, it wasn't the move we should have made to sleep with random people. But it's like, bro, like, dude, I knew this one girl who she told me, and we were actually hitting off pretty good, but she told me she slept with, her number was in the triple digits. And I honestly, as open as I am, I actually was like pretty grossed out by that. I just thought it was pretty gross. And then it kind of like clicked. I was like, yo, no wonder your only hobby is crocheting and watching Steven Universe. It's because like you haven't really spent enough time by yourself to become a person. You're wrapped up in left-wing politics, crocheting, and watching cartoons. It's and eating bad. You're not even working out. So with that out of the way, here are some other red flags that I think you got to be aware of, bro, for sure. And I'm going to do it off the top of my dome because I think this could be an endless amount, to be honest. There's a lot. Like, obviously, if someone's not kind, someone's not respectful, someone's not open-minded, someone's not necessarily intelligent, but some of those things are out of our control and kind of just obvious. You don't want to be around those people regardless of who they are. So, some big ones that are more specific to women would be if she doesn't ask you about yourself, if she's not interested or even like is capable of asking you questions about what you're into, what you've been through, what you think about things. And you may have noticed this, bro. If you are someone who kind of carries a conversation, maybe you're a charismatic guy, maybe, you're very, you're talkative, you're confident. That's probably why you got the girl in the first place, right? That's kind of the only key ingredients, You only have to be like decently attractive and have charisma and be, confident at the end of the day. But if you ever pull that back a little bit, if you ever just like see if she will take the table, which I don't necessarily believe in playing games, which will be another red flag here in a minute, but I don't necessarily believe in playing games. But if you just kind of take a back seat for a moment, realize that you were carrying the conversation and you were the one asking her questions and getting her to talk, right? Maybe her answers weren't even that interesting, so you ask another question because you're a good civilized human. And if you take a step back and you just, maybe you're at dinner and you're drinking a brewski watching the hockey game, right? Take a step back and see what she has to offer, right? A lot of times, bro, it'll take a hot minute. And it's actually a very peaceful minute. It's a very peaceful hot minute. And, dude, there's some girls who just won't. They aren't capable and I don't know what it is, man. It could just be, I just feel like some women are just super wrapped up in themselves. And it's a big thing to realize. You should know that early on, because if you want an actual partner, it's different if you're just looking for someone to, mess around with and whatnot. And that's fine. I feel like those relationships are valid. They're not going to last forever, and you both know that, but you're both trying to just have a good time until you meet a better person. And that happens more times than not, right? But if you're trying to be with someone that you actually want to potentially, I don't know if you want to raise a family, if you're one of those guys or whatnot, or just someone that you would like to spend a majority of your free time with, someone that you would take to, work gatherings or family gatherings if you have that. or just your free time at home, you know? Like if it's an actual life partnership in a sense, you want her to be engaged and be, you know, curious about you and actually like support you with things, which is also another big thing, man. If she doesn't necessarily go out of her way, not like when I say go out of her way, like she doesn't say things that she's you know, quote unquote proud of you of, you know, that word can be interchangeable, but she doesn't support you with the things that you desire, your aspirations. That's also another big red flag, bro. You don't want to be with someone like that. Because that's either, bro, I don't know if that's like a sociopath, a narcissist. I don't know, not to throw around those like kind of words, I suppose, even though those people do exist. Or just a super selfish person, immature person, someone that's not mature enough to like engage in a conversation and realize they're not the center of the universe. You don't want to be with someone like that. You definitely don't. And also, you don't want to be like that. But I imagine you're not, man, especially if you're listening to this just because, you know, this isn't brain rot TikTok. You know what I mean? So that's another big red flag, man. She's got to be rooting for you. She's got to be on your team, be engaging with what you're into. And obviously, body count. That's a big one too. But mainly, besides it being gross, is the amount of time they wasted. If you know a girl who's slept with a bunch of dudes, not to go back to this, but I'm going to go back to it. If you know a girl who slept with a bunch of dudes, bro, I'd be curious if what her hobbies are, because I guarantee she doesn't know an instrument. I guarantee she doesn't know computer software. I guarantee she scrolls her phone, bro. I guarantee her Snapchat score is high as ass, bro. It's so high. You know it. Ooh, bro, that's another red flag, actually. If a girl's Snapchat, like, number, bro, is mad high, like, look at your Snapchat number. Bro, look at it. It's definitely under 100K. I know it is. Bro, I guarantee it's under 50K. I guarantee it is. And guess what? You've wasted a lot of time on Snapchat. So have I did as a younger lad, for sure. Dude, I'm under that too. And like, bro, I've gotten pretty lucky with that type of stuff, not gonna lie. But bro, there's some women out there who got mad Snapchat scores. Oh my god, that's another red flag too, but I'll move on. I want to stay on it, but another one is girls who care about streaks on Snapchat. That's cringe, bro. That's cringe. And if you're in high school, maybe that's acceptable, but if not, bro, get out of there. Dude, I know women around like 27, 28. No, bro. Oh my god, I just thought of a girl. This girl's actually older than I am. She's like 31, and I'll check Snapchat every now and again. I'm not a perfect boy. Sometimes I like to peek, see what's up. Sometimes I'm bored on the toilet, you know, and I see what the thoughts are doing on Snapchat. And I've known this girl for a hot minute. She used to come to like shows I used to do when I was in a band. And bro, she's older than me. I literally saw like yesterday. She said, "Oh no, I ruined some snap streaks." And I'm like, "Bruh, we need to crop dust this girl with mushrooms because she's lost." That's insane. So yeah, big, big. Oh, bro, another red flag. Oh my god, I'm thinking of another video I need to make after this, bro. 100%. We're about to go in on some women for the next couple videos potentially. We'll see how it goes. But another big red flag, bro, is if you know, and majority of the time, you never want to ask a girl to see their phone. Because guess what, bro? Most of them talk to other guys. They just do. But guess what? It's not engaging conversations. Don't think of it like that. They, you know, feed off compliments. And this isn't no sexism, bro. You know it. I know it. We all know it. If there's a girl watching this right now, you know it. Stop lying to me. You know it. It's fine. It just is what it is. Dude, you know what bugs me about some people, man? Is like, you can't say, well, can't's a weird word to say, but they don't like when you say truth just because they know it doesn't sound like positive, you know, but it is what it is. So it's inherently like, what do you mean? It is what it is. We're just saying that it exists that way. You're the one doing it. If you're ashamed of it, that's a different thing. And a lot of that is probably shame, right? They don't want you to talk about it because it's a little bit of shame. But that's on them. That's your own morality code. You know what I mean? But more red flags, bro. More red flags. Yeah, definitely phones. 100%. Most of the time you can't. I mean, that'll be a different video, to be honest. We'll move on from that one. Another red flag, though, bro, 100%. And sorry if this comes off rude. And it is like, you know, health. It is health. No, we don't all need to be perfect. I enjoy me some za. We all love za. We all like some brewskis, potentially. At least I do. I guess some people don't. We all like some unhealthy things, but there's a balance, bro. There's a balance. If she's, oh man, this might sound mean, but if she's eating more than you, bro, it's a red flag, bro. It is. It is. If she's eating more than you and expects you to flip the bill, oh my god, bro, I've been there, and not gonna lie, I was a soy boy and I did pay. I did pay, and I was listening to her like moan while she ate this edamame. I think that's what that's called, and that was rough. Oh my, yeah, bro, yeah. If she eats more than you and expects you to flip the bill, red flag, 100%. That's a selfish person, just regardless. I'm not even talking about the weight or the physical aspect at that point. 100%. It is what it is. Live your life. Live your life. Find someone who will match that. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Another one, another red flag, bro, is if she's brainwashed by politics. If she's brainwashed by, she watches politics and is super involved in that, and she starts bringing up like topics while you're out on a date about like, it's like, bro, I get that these are like, it's rough that people did this in the past, and we can have an intelligent conversation about it, but not like a complaining conversation about it. You know what I mean? You know exactly the type of women I'm talking about, bro. And there's a lot of them out there. A lot of that stuff, that is their demo. They're trying to, what's a better word than brainwash? But they're brainwashing our young women into these ideologies. And if she's super wrapped up in that, I just think that's a red flag, bro. Oh my god, here's another one too about brainwashing. Bro, if she's into celebrity culture, get out of there, bro. If she knows more about a celebrity than her friends, get out. Get out. No, bro. You don't want to deal with that. Bro, you're on a different playing field. You're on a different playing field. It's not, no, bro. You don't want to, no. No, if she's filling up her head with celebrity gossip, and I know that market is targeted towards them, so it's not necessarily their fault, but if you want a partner, you want to find someone who's not into that. Man. But it's different. If she, like, can appreciate art, she appreciates, like, certain things, but, bro, oh my god, there's so many women I've known, oh my god, who are just so obsessed with celebrities and, like, mainstream pop, I don't know, pop culture, I guess. Nope, get out of there, bro. Get out of there. You definitely don't need that. It'll make you dumb. And I know this stuff isn't necessarily positive. It's not supposed to be. This is stuff to avoid, man. And the thing is, a majority of women are into this stuff, right? Is it their fault? That's a different conversation, right? I actually don't think it's necessarily their fault. I do think it's, for lack of a better word, I do think they're brainwashed and indoctrinized into this way of thinking because the majority of people have been indoctrinized into that way of thinking where now they follow. And here's another thing, man. Sorry, I'm about the nuclear take. Most women are followers. Most women are followers, bro. They are. You'll notice it if you're ever in a decently long relationship. Doesn't even have to be that long, but if she's into you, she'll want to gravitate towards, which is actually a green flag, surprisingly, as I'm wording this. If she is interested in now what you're interested in. So she's a follower, but but they are, man. They are. They just are. You guys know it. We all know it. They know it. I don't know why I feel bad for saying this. I guess because at the end of the day, they are still like people, obviously. So they have feelings and emotions, and I do empathize for them. But at the end of the day, man, it's like we're also living, So I don't necessarily want to spend my time with this type of person, even though I can understand how you got there. Does that make sense? I get how you got to point B, but I don't really want to hang out at point B, man. I'm at point E. You know what I mean? So, oh, man, there's so many more I could list, but I don't want to make this go on too long, and this might, I don't know. You guys add some more. You guys add some more in the comments, and, this will probably be another series, because there's honestly so many. And I don't know, man, to end this on a good note, I don't think it's necessarily, I don't hate that they exist. I get it. I get why this type of person exists, but it's not a type of girl that you want to spend like your time and money on, man. Because that's all you got. That's all you got at the end of the day. You got time and this fictional currency called money that you spend your time to get, right? Depending on how much this quote unquote world thinks you're worth. And That's all you got, man. So stop chasing. Like, if you're like, oh man, all these OnlyFans girls. Oh man, here's another nuclear take. If you're at the end of this, every girl is practically an OnlyFans girl. There's just some that are doing it in the open for money. A lot of them, bro. If you're seeing a girl right now and you're not like, I don't know, in high school, uh, her pictures are flown around somewhere. You know what I mean? It's all the same. They're just making money now. They realize they can monetize that. Another topic for another day. My bad if this isn't necessarily positive, but I don't know. I just find it true, man. It is what it is. And these, it, they can do what they want. I don't care. We shouldn't care. It just is what it is. They'll find someone for sure. But I just think if you're like an actual respectable, a decently grounded man, like, just don't waste your time and energy on this stuff. It's not worth it, bro. It's not worth it. They will suck your time and your money. And, but you already know this. You know this, bro. Oh my God. I could go on and on. I need to stop this though. I didn't, yeah. Yeah, bro. My bad. It wasn't necessarily positive. This could keep going on. Honestly, it really could. It's rough out here. Watch out for those red flags. Bro, there's so many more, but I don't want to make this too long. But regardless, boy, do something for yourself today. Do something for someone else today. And regardless, boy, we got this, all right? It is what it is. These people exist, and they're allowed to exist. If they enjoy pop culture, being a hoe, all that stuff, yo, you're allowed to do that. You're allowed to do that. Own it. Honestly, it's more respectable if they own it than when they try to hide it. That goes with every aspect of life. If you just own it, people respect it. And, yeah, you know what I'm saying. Hopefully. If not, let me know. Take care, boy.